friend, I'm Angeline. This Halloween, I have a special Halloween treat for you. During this time when the veil is the thinnest, I'm going to give each sign an intuitive reading, a channeled message from the ancestors. During this time when the spirits can speak their wisdom to us with ease and fluency. I'm going to open each reading with the short, complete read, which I'll post on Instagram, and then the extended reading will be posted along with the beginning part on YouTube. So you can get your complete first short reading on Instagram, but if you want the extended, please go on over to YouTube. Instagram is at Angeline Tarot, and YouTube is youtube.com/Angeline Tarot. Private bookings and Dia de los Muertos art is for sale at AngelineTarot.com. Hi, Aries. The first card we're drawing for you is group work. Aries understands how to work alone, how to make their voice heard, how to make a group rally around an idea. And that can be valuable right now for you in a group setting in which each person is bringing their value to the group. Sometimes we talk about group work in the sense that people have like the hive mind, where everybody in the group has to share a vibe and share a vision. But for you, Aries, right now, you can thrive in a group that values individualism. Sorry if you hear snuffling in the background, that's my dog. She's licking her paw. She just had a bone. So you bring a lot of value. This group that you're working with right now, or that's trying to recruit you into their project that they're launching, values the individual. And this is really great for you because this is where you shine, in your individuality. The important thing for you to know in this dynamic is you have to know yourself well enough to bring your talents to the situation. It's one thing to feel like an individual. It's another thing to know what value you add to a project. That's what you're being called to do right now. And when you get so many bright minds shining together, then the group becomes more than the sum of its parts. It becomes this universe of information that can work together at different levels to build towards something that would be way more than one person could accomplish together. Sometimes the hive mind can only accomplish so much because there is consensus required around everything that's done. And consensus doesn't necessarily create conflict. And when there's no conflict, I won't say there's no, but there's very little room for growth when there's no conflict. Because if the first idea is always the best idea that the whole group moves forward with, then that you're done. When you have a group of individuals who argue respectfully for their point of view, other thoughts can evolve amongst people who hear the information in different ways. So you're being challenged by Spirit to get to know yourself clearly and what you have to offer, and then bring that lightly, not bring it boldly, don't bring it arrogantly, bring it humbly into a group dynamic with an awareness that everybody around you shines equally brightly. The second card we are drawing for you is, this is perfect, Zombie Control. This is really simple, and it's what we just talked about. Well, maybe it's not simple. I'll extrapolate. Going to a group situation with your individuality, a lot of times what we can do is we go in realizing what we have to offer, feeling great about that, thinking that we are going to be the brightest star in the universe when we offer it up, and everybody's going to applaud and carry us around on their shoulders and sing our praises. And sometimes we get irritated when others don't recognize our brilliance. But what we're failing to notice is that other people feel exactly the same way, and they feel brilliant. They have ideas. They want to be carried on shoulders. They want to be sung praises to. And for us to expect to be the only one that gets that recognition is a control issue. And it's a not humble, and it's very closed-minded. What you're being asked to do is open your mind to all of your possibilities so that you can freely offer it to those around you. They can freely receive it, and all is offered humbly and all is received humbly, because every person who's brilliant in your group setting is on a level playing field. And there's not one hive mind that's controlling your thoughts. Your thoughts are welcome to be open, but likewise, there's not one leader who directs the group thought. So there's the only control you can exhibit is in your self-control and participating in the group productively and openly and humbly. So whatever group setting that you're moving into, your keywords to remember are humility, self-knowledge, and a loose open-mindedness toward others' contributions. This portion of the reading is complete. The extended version is available now on YouTube at youtube.com/Angeline Tarot. Hey YouTubers! Here's the extended portion for Aries. We're drawing 3 cards to get some advice about how Aries can proceed with this group work and zombie control issues. The High Priestess, the 6 of Pentacles, and the Hanged Man. The 6 of Pentacles is about having so much that you can freely offer extra to those around you. And with a feeling that there's a fair distribution. In this card here at the center, the crow is holding some scales in his mouth. And he's got some fish that he's sharing with people, but the scales would represent that he knows what's fair. He feels like if he has 2 and others have none, it's fair to give some to other people, to other crows. And that's what he does. He has enough. Both the High Priestess and the Hanged Man are looking at this very practical crow who's involved in daily life, finding fish, distributing it, living day to day with the best integrity that he can manage for himself. And what I think is interesting is that we have the High Priestess and the Hanged Man, both major arcana, guiding from above and guiding from below this workaday person, this workaday crow going about his business. The High Priestess is balancing this practical crow on the one side with the hangman on the other side. She shines her light from above and allows, I'm going to talk about you. There's a light inside you that enables you to see the parts of your life where you can be generous. It's not something that you have to figure out. You don't have to weigh it. You don't have to be told. There's not a rule about it. You feel it and you know it. That's the high priestess inside you. And it's balanced by your dark side, which is the one that wants to try to get away with, things, is willing to risk punishment for antisocial behavior because it's what you want to do. You just want to do it and you'll take your punishment. But who also has the wisdom to see that you're doing it. It's not an unconscious behavior. It's that your dark side doesn't act unconsciously necessarily. Your dark side knows what it's up to, but kind of doesn't care. It's like, worth it. That's your dark side. It's like an angel on one shoulder and a devil on the other shoulder, and you have these two inside you. And if you're an unaware person, you might just think these are impulses and you act on the impulses. But the fact is, if you really were to stop and just ask yourself the question, what did I just do there? What did I just do there? You don't need to be told. You don't even have to know, but you can feel in your body if you were acting generously or acting selfishly. Your perspective you have within you the ability to switch your perspective and see yourself in different lights. You prefer to see yourself in the light of somebody who's very generous and magnanimous. So you allow these two sides of yourself to speak to each other and come to an agreement that we're just going to see ourselves as pretty darn good person. What Spirit is saying to you with the presentation of these cards is that sometimes it doesn't matter what your intentions are, as long as you do act with high integrity and with fairness and with generosity and humility, that you can say, I am a good person or I am a generous person, but almost that doesn't matter, because if that's the action you're taking, you in fact are that person. We are what we do, we are what we think, we are what we say. And you are complete within yourself. You have the ability to tap into wisdom to know the difference. And when it comes to group work and control, you do need to tune in to, oh, sorry about that. You do need to tune into the parts of yourself that make up this fair and balanced individual who can release control and participate with a whole self amongst others with whole selves, with humility. And you can do that by hearing the voices on each shoulder and realizing you're both. these people have their higher selves ascending through their heads, and they're receiving enlightenment through their heads while they sit on the ground. That's the balance between these two cards. You're both things at once. Meditate on that concept and bring it into your group work. This message is complete. I hope that you got something out of this and that you enjoyed it. May the white light surround you. Only spirits that are for your highest and greatest good have come through this message. And may you continue to walk in beauty. And happy Halloween!